Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and let's start things off with the official cool guy of the Digital Asset Investor channel. He has been activated recently and seems to be doing a lot of cool walking up there where he's from. Listen up.
Can you believe these guys? Ripple coin will never make it to the all-time highs. Time after time, coins have pumped, and they've dumped. Projects have gone bankrupt, but they're still focused on price, short term. I'm talking about that liquidity, those partnerships.
There you go. Okay, now Fred Rispoli, who is one of the attorneys that you see every once in a while in the XRP community. He was on BitBoy's show today, and he had an interesting clip. Now, we know that Congress, Tom Emmer said that a new day is coming. Well, he never really defined what a new day means, and I wanted to make sure that he understood because Fred Rispoli said it point blank. I wanted to make sure that Tom Emmer knew what people in crypto think in terms of a new day. To me, a new day is not just all these Congress people. First of all, they got to get Gary sitting in front of them first. And then it's not just Congress letting him go up there and not say anything or give them a bunch of BS. It's doing what Fred Rispoli says here. This is a new day coming.
Here's the thing. If the Republican House doesn't do anything, if they don't hold Gary in contempt, if they don't use which is very little known, but Congress has the ability to hold someone in contempt and actually put them in jail. It's happened before. They hardly ever use it, but they can, where the circumstances are warranted. If they don't do anything, Gary will survive and he'll live on to fight another day, and he'll try and get high up, maybe go into the Treasury if the Democrats take back the House in 24, they keep the presidency. So if the Republicans or even the Democrats that really want to hold somebody accountable, hold him accountable, he's out. But, that's what kind of faith you put in politicians. And I'll just say,
that's right, folks. We're at that point. You either do something or this whole country's finished, in my opinion. MoneyGram launches MoneyGram Online in Brazil via Frente Corretoro, developed in partnership with Ripple. They're partnered with Travelex, Ripple's major XRP ODL partner bank in Brazil. MoneyGram Ripple say committed to revisiting our relationship in the future. And what's interesting is that this is coming along. Is today the anniversary? That's from December 20th, but I think isn't today the anniversary of the Ripple, of the SEC lawsuit against Ripple? I think it is. I'll double check that. But I mean, 2 years, folks. I never in a million years. Think about all that's happened in the last 2 years. I bet a lot of people never thought that a lot of this would happen. I sure didn't. Now, check this out. Now remember, CZ Binance is the one who announced that Binance was going to sell their FTT tokens. That is what initiated the collapse of FTX. And he did it because he heard that Sam Bankman-Fried was bad-mouthing it, and he heard that Sam Bankman-Fried was up to bad-mouthing people like him and his company and trying to establish crypto regulations with Gary Gensler, with all these, with Congress, with the White House, with the CFTC at the expense of the rest of crypto. That's why he did it. So now all of those people who were involved are trying to turn their guns on CZ Binance. And that's what this is. This was from the Wall Street Journal, who's one of their publications. Crypto giant Binance offers little transparency after the FTX collapse. They literally put in the article a photo of him sitting on a rug, like to infer that it's a rug pull. They're after this guy. Now, folks, I'm not saying that I know anything about Binance's business dealings because there's no way that I could know. I think that at this point it's pretty clear you shouldn't have your your crypto on any exchange. You can't trust any exchange. I mean, you shouldn't. You should have your crypto on a hard wallet or some kind of hard wallet where you control the keys. The Ledger people just came out with their Ledger stacks, which you can pre-order. I've already pre-ordered mine. It's in the links in the top of the description. Go pre-order one, and don't, regardless of what you think of Binance or anybody else, you shouldn't have your crypto on the exchanges. So go do it. Links in the top of the description. Now, something that I wanted to point out here, folks. I've seen people bring this up, but I've never brought it up before. But I think it's worthy of note. I've never done a lot of the, this comes from the Bearable Guy stuff or something, which I never really covered all the puzzles and all the different things on this channel, but I never held anything against anybody that did. That's their business. If they're interested in that and their audience is interested in that, so be it. Go for it. But the 589 thing was a whole thing that went around. I think it was COMEX 589, different. Some people thought it was a COMEX rule. Some people thought they were talking about a eventual 589 XRP price. But what's interesting is that Brad Garlinghouse has gotten his following, the people he follows, down to 589. He's left it there for quite a while now because I've been here before. But I never thought to bring it up. So I thought that I would show you that, because that shows you Brad Garlinghouse has a sense of humor at a minimum. and they're plugged into what's going on out here. Now, let me show you this. This guy, peer-to-peer crypto marketplace Paxful, removes Ethereum from the platform. Ethereum has basically become a digital form of fiat thanks to its switch to proof of stake validating mechanism, is what this guy said. And I said the plan, disguise the whales in the ICO. And then I'm asking, is JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, A16Z, are they the disguised whales? Are they some of them? We don't know, but we know that they were there before the mainnet launch. I can prove that every single one of those was there before the mainnet launch from video. Move to proof of stake. ETH has basically become a digital form of fiat thanks to its switch. Now, I think that was the plan all along, folks. This is what the same guy said, okay? This is this guy, Ray Youssef. He's the guy that's the founder of Paxful. He put this out. ETH is not decentralized. It's controlled by a small group of people, and one day you will need permission to use it. And I said the XRP Army Twitter sleuths tried to tell you. The ETH ICO, disguised whales are everything. It was a years-long attempt to scream decentralization from the rooftops while secretly planning to control it. ETHgate is real, and it's bigger than FTX and bigger than Madoff. And that's the fact, Jack, okay? And then this is correct too. The tokens that ETH has spawned have been scams, many of them, not all of them, that have robbed people of billions. But I would say most of them, okay? Robbed people of billions. They have stolen valuable momentum away from Bitcoin and crypto in general, not just Bitcoin, because this is from a Bitcoin maxi right here, okay? Now, moving along. Elon Musk says the United States has definitely been harmed by having her, Senator Warren, as a senator, okay? That's Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren today tweeted proudly, this was a Boston Globe, I guess. Senator Warren goes after Elon Musk, the MBTA, and cryptocurrency all in a day. And she says all in a day's work, like she's very proud. So I retweeted that and I said, well, so is this all in a day's work? Let's show you. This is crazy. Elizabeth Warren is known for being anti-crypto senator who helped her draft her tax legislation in 2016. None other than Joseph Joe Bankman, the father of Sam Bankman-Fried. And then we know that she and Gary are best buddies. And then here, let's remind everyone, Gary Gensler was he's head of the SEC now. He was former professor at MIT under Professor of Economics Glenn Ellison, who's the father of Caroline Ellison, the CEO of Alameda, who was the girlfriend of Sam Bankman-Fried, who's the CEO of FTX, and he graduated from MIT. Does my 10-year-old need to come out of retirement and draw you a freaking picture? How many things is this guy going to show up in MF Global, FTX. He was involved in all these different government entities during Madoff, financial crisis. How many things is this guy supposed to be a part of and around where he's always supposed to be there to help fix these problems, that he always seems to be friends with all the people that are causing the problems? What in the world is going on? Or better question, what in the world is Congress allowing to happen? Because they can hold him accountable. No more excuses about, oh, we only have a certain amount of power. You got subpoena power now. You can put him in jail, according to Fred Rispoli. Maybe that's where people like this belong. And then there's this library who's now in the judge has made a decision, and they say no one at library, literally no one at library is receiving a paycheck right now. We're that broke. Meanwhile, the SEC is alleging we have millions in hidden money and is continuing to try to draw things out just to punish us extra legally. They are so effing disgusting. And then John Deaton says, the SEC was granted summary judgment against Kick Interactive, $100 million two-phase initial coin offering. The SEC agreed to a $5 million fine. The SEC didn't seek disgorgement in that case. Ask why is the SEC doing this now? Because it's about crypto in general, not about library. And then library says, literally the first thing they asked us for in our settlement hearing was for us to stop tweeting. The first thing. They absolutely hate that we've exposed their sociopathy, and that's why they're out to punish us so badly. John Deaton says the mission of the SEC is to protect investors. It's also an enforcement agency, so its job is to enforce the securities laws. Regardless of what I or anyone else believes the SEC won, the mission of the SEC should not be to put library out of business. It's a non-fraud case. Folks, we're at a point where it's not just the SEC. They either fix this country or it's time to start finding a democracy to move to. This is sick what's going on in this country in so many ways. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that these people, it's time to hold them accountable. Congress, the world.